Hello, grade 3. Let's start lesson 7, reading passage. Its genre is informational text, so it will tell you real information that's happening in real life. All information in this story is true about illustrators. Its title is What Do Illustrators Do? And let's first of all define what's the meaning of the word illustrator. Illustrator is a human or someone who draws pictures in stories and books to make people understand more about the subject he is writing about. So this is the job of the illustrator. And now let's start. We're going to talk about a man and a woman. They are both working as illustrators, and both of them will illustrate the same story, but with completely different ideas and imagination. So, this man and this woman will illustrate a story. Its name is Jack and the Beanstalk. Both of them will make the story in 32 pages only, and both of them will produce completely different versions. Now, let's start. First of all, they should set a plan. So, the plan shows which pictures go on which page. So, after illustrations make a plan for their book, illustrators make a plan for their book, they need to make a dummy. And dummy, as I told you before, means a plan or draft before producing the final version of the story. So this is a dummy. It's a model for the book. So first they decide what shape and size the book will be. So they are here setting a plan. Then they will make sketches of the pictures they will go on each page of the dummy. The first sketches are often rough scribbles on tracing paper. So they start with tracing and following some points, and they do like scribbles, and then they reach the final product. So, as they are sketching, illustrators need to decide how things will look. The characters, the clothes, the setting, and the colors, and so on. So, if they have ideas, it's okay. But what if they don't have ideas? They can do some research. Some illustrators are also authors. So if the illustrator found anything that is not fitting the events of the story, for example, they can change it completely. Here, the woman, for example, is going to change the title of the story to be Jacqueline and the Beanstalk instead of Jack and the Beanstalk. So instead of using a male hero character, she's going to use a heroine. So the main character will be Jacqueline instead of Jack. So an illustrator also can be an author. So each illustration has a different problem. For instance, from what point of view do you draw the magic bean being planted? Here we're having the woman is thinking, how can I draw the beanstalk from up place or upper place or down down place. So she's thinking, from what point of view can I draw the beanstalk? So she started to think. Okay, and what size? What size the beanstalk will grow? So it will be large or small, big or tiny. He is still thinking. Okay, and here is a giant. Also the giant, he's evil. So if this girl is feeling scared, how can I draw a face which is looking so scared? I will draw open eyes, open mouth, and scary face. She's scared that this giant may hurt her. So she's feeling really afraid and shaking. How can the illustrator make us understand this feeling? Through drawing. Yes. Look at this face. She's really looking scared. Of course, every writer or illustrator have his own type of face or different style for drawing a face, like this, for example. So this is different from this, and this is different from this, and so on. So everyone is having his own style of drawing. After that, they show all their works to their boss in work, and she's trying to edit the mistakes, and she's telling them some advice. Illustrators need to decide how they want to finish the illustrations. Maybe they want to change colors. Colors are making the story looking so different. So pastels differs from pencils, differ from crayons, and so on. So colors are making a great difference for the story. Also, using a pencil to draw is completely different from brush. So using different materials or tools make a great difference in the story looking. Sometimes illustrators throw away their pictures and start again. Sometimes they change the colors. Sometimes they get furious and angry because all works is not adjusted yet. So they can start from beginning again. They are not losing hope. Look at the final result. Here we're having Jacqueline and the Magic Bean and Jack and the Beanstalk. Different titles with the same story, different covers and the same story. So here we're having a girl climbing a tree, and here we're having a little boy running from a giant. So they are completely different covers, but they are having the same story. So everyone has his own imagination. And the story ended happily, of course, because they were celebrating that they finally finished the hard work. So this is how illustrators feel and how illustrators work, and illustration is so important. So this image, for example, is a kind of illustration. So they are celebrating eating ice cream. So how can we know that they ate ice cream at the end if there is no illustration, for example? So illustrations are so important to tell a story. It makes it more interesting, and also it makes you feel like you're interested to know what's going on. So illustrations are so important, and the illustrators are doing great job. And thank you for good listening. Thank you, and see you next lesson.